Hello and welcome back to the Satoshi Society YouTube channel. My name is AJ, one of the hosts here, and I know that I've come live a little bit later on today, but reason being is because I have been traveling, but I'm here to update you with everything to do with Bitcoin and to sort of give you an understanding of where I think Bitcoin is going to go in that short term, midterm, long term. So yeah, we're gonna jump straight on into the charts. But before we do that, please make sure you smash a like on this video. I would really appreciate it. It really helps me out, really helps the channel out, and we can continue to grow this channel today. As you can see, we are back in the studio now as well. So yeah, I will have my two screen set up again, so it'll be a bit easier to flick through all of the screens. But yeah, please make sure you smash a like on this video, and yeah, we will jump straight on into the charts. So jumping straight on into the Bitcoin 4-hour chart, what can we see? Well, we can see that Bitcoin is having a nice little rally towards the upside. Okay, this is understandable. Okay, we've had a pullback, a push towards the upside before a potential another pullback is something that we could see. Okay, however, there is a possibility that this push could continue, and we're going to look at other things to help us with this as well. Okay, so I've drawn in some new sort of major levels now. Okay, because we're finding strong support at the sort of $22,750 level and $22,530 level approximately. Okay, previously we've used this as major support all along here. Okay, as you can see, we've used it as major support from sort of the 20th of Jan all the way up until the 9th of Feb, and then we finally got that break towards the downside on the 9th of Feb, as we can see right there. And then we spent some time below it, but we did manage to get back above it. But where did the price actually hold support after this previous pullback? Well, it held support at this level, as you can see right here. Okay, so we now know that this is a major level that was previously respected. Okay, but then we didn't really respect it very well here because we broke down and then broke straight back up. Okay, but we've actually respected it here as well. So this is a level that we can focus on now. Okay, a level that we need to break below to ensure to see Bitcoin actually see lower prices. Okay, as you know, I did have that trade open, and I posted it over on Twitter multiple times, as we can see right here. I had that trade open. I told you when I was entering into that trade. I told you when I was in that trade. I've been giving you updates on that trade. I gave you an update here. Bitcoin looks as though it wants to drop more. Okay, and that was on the 24th of February, and then literally on the same day, the 24th of Feb. There you go. Here we go. Okay, as we can see, the price continued to drop, 35% in a profit. 37, almost 38, got over to almost 42%, even more. That's just when I managed to capture the photo. But, this short was really played out really well, and yeah, I did take some profit at 40%. Okay, I thought nice, this is some nice profits. We'll take some profit off the table, but I do still have some left within that trade, and it's currently sat at around 20% in a profit. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to do over here at this channel. I'm trying to tell you when I'm entering into these trades and being 100% transparent with you as well, showing you how much I'm making on these trades. And like this one here, I told you that I was entering this trade. Okay, I told you that I was entering this trade up here. Okay, and then I was looking for a second entry at $25,211 approximately. Unfortunately, I did miss that. I did make a silly mistake and not put a limit order in. Went to bed, woke up, and the price taps 25,211. But initially, I was still in that trade. Okay, I was only looking for a second entry at $25,211. I was already within that trade, and as we can see, that trade planned out perfectly. Okay, that trade played out really well. Then we come to some support down here. I realized this, so I thought I'd take a bit of profit off the table. Unfortunately, it was late at night. I was going to come live in the morning, but I did have to travel back. So yeah, I couldn't come live. But yeah, now I'm here. Now I'm updating you. And where could we expect the price to go from here? Okay, well, we could actually see the price find strong resistance here. And, this is why I've still got a little bit left within that short position. Okay, because we could in fact see this price reject from here, because we do have this major resistance. Why is it major resistance? Well, major support right here before the breakdown, okay? And then if we come back here as well, major resistance, okay, before the initial break towards the upside, okay? So this is sort of a major level that we need to be focusing on. If we can get above this, okay, the next level that I would be looking at is $25,211, okay? So if we can break above 23,970, the next level that I'm looking at is 25,211, okay? If we do get that break up, I will enter into a long position. If we get a pullback and a retest, I'll potentially add a little bit more to that. But then on the bounce, that's when I would go heavy into that trade and ride that up to $25,211, where I'd take some profits, move that stop loss up to entry, and then just let the rest of the trade ride out. If it continues to pump, great, okay. But if it hits that stop loss, fine, okay. We're still in that short position, okay. So that short position can continue to print, okay. So just want to take all the risk out of that. So for me right now, just looking whether the price of Bitcoin is going to break above here, because if it does, yes, we can go higher to 25,211. But if we get rejected, we're most likely going to come down to $22,600 approximately. If maybe find a bit of support here, but initially there's a high chance that we could break towards the downside and see the price come lower if that DXY continues to push like it has over the past week or so, okay. Taking a quick look at the DXY, we can see that the DXY, after finding major support down here, we can see that the DXY has had a nice rally towards the upside, but it is coming into major resistance as of right now. Okay, we have this level coming in here between sort of 104.5 and 105.8. We can see after the breakdown, okay, we used it as major support here. Before the breakdown, we used it as major support here, resistance after the breakdown, resistance, rejection. Okay, and now we're getting this retest now. Previously, support, resistance before the break towards the upside. Okay, so this is the next major level on the DXY. Now, if we get rejected from here, okay, we could see a continuation towards the downside for the DXY, which would be very good for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin would most likely finally break $25,200, which we need to do for me to flip bullish. Okay, I'm still bearish on the price of Bitcoin because we haven't broken above $25,211. Okay. For the DXY, for me to flip bullish on the traditional markets and crypto, we need the DXY to break 101. Okay, but it continuously is continuously holding this level, as you can see here. So we need to break below that support for me to sort of flip bullish within the traditional and the crypto market, but it hasn't done that yet. It's bounced off that level, and we're at this major resistance. Okay, so if the DXY breaks this major resistance here, it's not good for Bitcoin at all. We're most likely going to new lows of the bear market, okay, because the price could come all the way up to $109. Of course, this is major resistance, so we could see a rejection from here, but initially, if we do break towards the upside, we could see a catastrophic pullback for Bitcoin. So we just need to be very aware of that as well. Okay, for me right now, I'm sitting more on the scenario that is bearish. Okay, if you've been following the channel, you will understand why. Okay, but I'm sitting more on the scenario that we are looking more bearish, especially because we've broken back above this major support level here. Okay, this diagonal support. Okay, as we can see, we've used it as major support. We got the break towards the downside, which was great. Okay, but then we found major support from this previous low here. Okay, and we got the bounce towards the upside, breaking back above that previous support. We did use it as slight resistance, but initially we broken back above it. Okay, so now we can start using it as support again. And then if we break above this resistance here, use that as support, the price is most likely going to continue towards the upside. Okay, the DXY is most likely going to continue towards the upside, which is very bearish for the price of Bitcoin. Okay. So the DXY is going to give us a really good understanding of where the price is going to go, and it is at that critical level. I do tell you, once we're at these critical levels, this is where it gives us the information. Okay, if it breaks towards the upside, Bitcoin's going lower. Okay, that's what this is telling us. Okay, but if we get a rejection from here, okay, Bitcoin is going up. Okay, so this is what we've got to wait for. We've got to wait to see whether the DXY is going to break towards the upside, or if the DXY is going to get a rejection. Okay, if it gets a rejection, Bitcoin's going up. Okay, if it does get a break towards the upside, then Bitcoin is most likely going to go down. Okay, so right now, just sitting on that trade that I have, that short position, but sitting on the sidelines, not looking for a new trade just yet, because I want to see the reaction from the DXY. Okay, and I want to see how the ES reacts to that. Okay, so if the DXY goes up, the ES is going to pull back. If the DXY goes down, the ES is going to push up. And then Bitcoin is going to follow whatever the ES does, okay? But Bitcoin does lag behind both of these indicators, okay? So this is why we want to look at what the DXY is doing first and the ES is doing first, okay? Because then we can predict what Bitcoin is doing, because Bitcoin does lag behind. Okay, so what we've seen here is that the ES has broken major support, as we can see here. Okay, we've used it as perfect support where this arrow is right there. We've used it as perfect support here as well. Okay, and we've also used it as a bit of support before that initial break towards the downside. Okay, so right now, because that DXY is coming into resistance and having a slight rejection from that resistance, this is why we're seeing the ES push towards the upside. And initially, the ES is retesting that resistance. However, we could in fact find that the ES does actually get rejected from here. Okay, but we do have major support coming in here for the ES. Okay, one of them being a previous resistance level that was used throughout the course of 2022. Okay, as we can see throughout the course of 2022, we used it as perfect resistance. Okay, we didn't get a break above this level over the course of 2022 and the start of 2023. It was only until the 23rd of January when we finally broke towards the upside, then used it as support and got that continuation towards the upside, coming into major resistance where we were looking very bearish. The price pulled back. But what happened? Okay, the price pulled back to this major previous resistance, now support level. Okay, and we're getting a slight bounce off of it. So so I'm not I'm not surprised that we're seeing this bounce here. Okay, because this is a major level. Okay, and we also have a major level below us as well, a major horizontal level. Okay, so what we want to see is whether the ES is going to get rejected from this resistance and then break this support down here, or is the ES going to break this resistance, get a rejection from this resistance and then break these supports here, which will most likely mean that Bitcoin is going to pull back as well? Or is it going to break resistance and come back up to this major resistance here, which would be very bullish for Bitcoin? Okay, so we just got to wait and see. If we get a rejection, Bitcoin's going lower. Okay, if we get a break towards the upside, Bitcoin is going higher. So over the course of this week, we are going to be focusing on the DXY and the ES just to see where the direction of the DXY and the ES want to go, because then it will give us a very clear direction of where Bitcoin wants to go. Okay, so as I said, DXY pushes up, Bitcoin goes down. DXY rejects, okay, and moves lower, then we're most likely going to see Bitcoin pump. Okay, so we just got to be aware of this right now. We're at a very critical level, and I'm not looking at getting into a trade as of yet. Just waiting to see, or entering into another trade, as I said, because we're already in that short position. But I'm not looking at entering into another trade, so I'm just sitting on the sidelines as of right now because I want to see whether that DXY is going to break towards the upside or whether that DXY is going to get a rejection. Okay, and that will give us a good understanding. And once either of those scenarios happen, I will update you and I will tell you what I'm doing, because it will give us a very clear direction. But right now, we could break towards the upside or we could get a rejection. Okay, we don't really know where the price is going to go yet until that DXY has a rejection or a breakout. Okay, so we just need to wait for that. For me, just waiting really, just waiting for that DXY to decide a direction. Once it decides a direction, then we can start acting on that, because then we know where the market is most likely going. Okay, but on the bigger time frames, okay, looking at the daily chart here, Bitcoin daily, it's still looking bearish to me. Okay, we've still got this massive bearish divergence. Okay, for me to flip bullish, we need to invalidate this. We need to get above $25,200, use it as support and continue towards the upside. Okay, that's what we need to do for me to flip bullish. Okay, but right now I'm still bearish. We're still getting rejected from this major level here. Okay, bearish divergence coming in as well. I think that the price of Bitcoin could come down to $21,400. Okay, just solely basing my analysis off this right here. Okay, I could see the price coming down to $21,400, but it does. We do need to look at the DXY as well, because if the DXY does get a rejection, that could be invalidated. We come up to this resistance here, break above that, and then we could flip bullish. Okay, but right now I'm sat more on a bearish scenario. And if you've been following the channel, you will know this, because this is looking very, very similar to the Wall Street cheat sheet psychology of a market cycle, where we've got the all-time high, the pullback, okay, little push towards the upside, big capitulation event forming this anger phase, going into this depression phase here. Okay, I believe that we're leaving this anger phase right here, okay, going into this depression phase, which would mean that we form a new low of the bear market. Why? Because it's looking identical to the charts right now. We've got the high, we've got the pullback, we've got the push towards the upside here. Okay, then we've got the big capitulation event forming a low, a high, a lower low, and then a lower high, which we're forming right now. Okay, I can show you that on the charts as well. We've got the all-time high, the pullback, the little push towards the upside, the big capitulation event forming a low, okay, the push towards the upside forming a high, another pullback, okay, forming a lower low, and then this high right here, which is lower than this high, ever so slightly. Okay, it's ever so slightly lower, but initially it's still a lower high. Okay, and what we could actually see here is that the price leaves this anger phase, maybe slowly churning its way down to a new low of the bear market, whether that's 14,000, 12,000, 10,000, who knows? Okay, but this is my thesis. Okay, I still think Bitcoin could go lower within this bear market. Okay, and the invalidation for that would be a break above this major resistance here, right here. Okay, above $25,200 approximately. Because if we break above that, we use it as support and we can hold it, then we're looking at the price coming to 30,000. Okay, that's this is my thesis. So I'm looking at the price being very much more bearish right now. Okay, and I'm expecting the price to maybe form another low of the bear market. Okay, but there is an invalidation for that. Okay, I can't remain bearish all the time. If the price continues to push towards the upside, of course, there's got to be a time where I flip bullish, and that time is at is at $25,200. If we can break above that, hold that, okay, remain above that, then yes, I will flip bullish. Okay, and then we can be looking to 30,000. If we can get above 30,000, then we can be looking at the low 40s, the high 40, low 40, mid 40s, and then we can go from there. But right now I'm still remaining very, very bearish. Okay. What else was I going to look at quickly as well? Let's have a look at the economic calendar. Nothing too important there. The Fed rate monitor tool. Let's refresh this quickly. So in 3 weeks, 2 days, 2 hours, and 1 minute, we have the Fed interest rate decision, March 22nd, 2023. Okay. It is climbing. Okay. The probability of us getting a 50 basis point rate hike is actually climbing. As you can see, it's 24% right now, 76% that we're going to get a 25 basis point rate hike. Let's have a look. Have I got this here? Yeah, so we've had throughout 2022, okay, we've had a 25, a 50, 75, 75, 75, 75. Then December the 14th, we got a 50. And then January the 31st, we did get a 25 basis point rate hike, which was, shorter term bullish for the market. But I told you this is still very bearish because they're still increasing the rates. Okay, yes, they're increasing by a decreased amount, but I did say this is very, very bearish. Okay, and exactly what I said happened. Okay, the price actually. Let's come to what happened. It was back here, wasn't it? Yeah, it was back here. So I said, coming into the FOMC meeting, we were going to see the price pump. And even after, we were going to continue to see the price pump. It's exactly what I said was going to happen. And that's what happened. Okay, we can see it right here. But then I said, the scenario that I'm looking at playing out is that the price is going to pump, find resistance, and then pull back. And that's exactly what happened. Okay, exactly what happened. And I was telling you that I was shorting from here as well. But that's exactly what happened. So I would expect the same thing. Okay, it is in 3 weeks. Okay, so we do have a lot of time to that. But again, whether or not it's a 50, whether or it's a 25, okay, the exact same scenario is most likely going to play out. Okay, coming into it, we're going to pump a bit. Okay, afterwards, we're going to continue pumping a little bit. Okay, but once the smart money realizes, the dumb money is not playing it safe and is getting a bit too excited, then the price is going to pull back. Okay, that's what happens every single time. Okay, people who don't have an understanding of it, okay, will look at this and be, this is bullish. Let's go all in. Okay, let's start buying this up. But the people that really understand it will know that it's still bearish. Okay, it's still not good for the market. Okay, so even if it's a 25 basis point rate hike again, it's still bearish for the market. They're still increasing the rates. Okay, and Jerome Powell even said he would consider increasing by an increased amount if it was necessary. Okay, if the data came in hotter than expected. Okay, so we've got to be aware of that, and that's why we're starting to see this 50 basis point rate hike climb up slightly to 24%. Okay, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see. But again, I'm stating it now. 3 weeks, 2 days before. Whatever the price is going to pump coming into it, pump afterwards, and then just severely dump after. This is what happens every single time. Okay, it's too predictable now. So this is most likely what is going to happen. Okay, but yeah, other than that, I think that's everything I've got for you. If you enjoyed this update, please make sure you smash a like on this video. Head over to Twitter and follow us there as well. I've given you trade updates as well. This is the trade that we were in the short position, really, really nice short position. Took some really nice profits off of this. And yeah, I told you live, okay, on stream, like we are now, I told you I was entering into this short position. Okay, I told you before I even entered the short position, and then I told you after I entered the short position as well, that I was continuing to enter into this position, and this trade played out really, really nicely. So yeah, make sure you smash a like if you want to see more trades like this. I'm going to continue bringing trades to the channel. And yeah, please make sure you smash the like. And if you are new, turn that bell notification on, subscribe, turn that bell notification on so you never ever miss any of the trades that I'm entering or any of the videos. So yeah, thank you once again for watching, and smash that like button, and I will see you maybe later on today if the price decides to move. If not, I'll see you tomorrow for the normal live stream. So thank you very much, everyone. Smash that like button, and I will see you later. See you later, guys.